This is something I'll talk about in a video at some point. But the first time I listened to the album, I cried. I got to the end of it. I got to Duckworth, and I shed tears in the back seat on the way to DC. Oddly enough, sort of related to that mini story I told at the beginning of the stream. You know, ignoring people in the city. That's the way to do it. But like it was such a great album. Um, and the lead up to it was like crazy because like the heart, I want to say it was the heart part 4 dropped or whatever, and in the heart part 4 he was like, yo, y'all got till what was it, like April the 7th or some shit to get your shit together. I forgot what date it was, but it was like April something. I want to say it was the 7th. It was supposed to come out, and then like, man, we was hyped because one, the heart part 4 went fucking hard. You don't want to crash with me, nigga. I know. Put my foot on the gas, head on the floor, hopping up before the vehicle crash. I'm on the road, yelling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am the greatest rapper alive. So damn great, motherfucker. I died. Anyways, yeah. Listen, that shit it went hard, and like I was on a work trip. Like I think Gorillas. What album was that also just come out? Like it came out like that same week or earlier that week, or maybe also on like April the 7th or whatever. Oh, what album was that? It had Strobe Light on it. It has like the intro with like Vince Staples in it. Well, the actual intro is like, I turned my robot off. I know more, but I retain less. And then the next actual song, which I think is called Ascension, uh, has like the Vince Staples thing. I remember the first time I saw it, and I saw like the video graphics or whatever for it, like on YouTube. Like there was like there's a sensitive part in it, right? Because I think that's either right after like the 2016 election. No, it would have been before. It would have definitely been before. It would have been April of like 2016, I think, when that came out, right? And so, what was I going with this? Right, we're waiting on me waiting on Kendrick album, Gorillaz that came out. Also, so like I was listening to that, because like when the date came around, like there was no new K Dot, there was no Kendrick. I was like, this motherfucker. I think it came out like a week later. Like I want to say that next Friday it came out, and I was it was great. It was absolutely great. There's a couple songs I didn't like. There's a couple songs I still don't like. Like I'm not a big fan of Loyalty, but it is a good song. I just don't like it. Like that's just me. Like my taste isn't whack. I just don't like that song that much. It like I get how it all fits in like thematically and stuff. It's just I think at the time it comes in, it's kind of jarring. But I would say that about a couple songs on that album, to be fair, if I'm being quite honest. I think the only thing I had heard from it really was like Humble, and obviously like Humble went fucking hard, right? Like, come on now, like the video itself, great, amazing, right? Like, I'll never forget that. Like, I think there's like a part where there's like a guy with his head on fire. It might have been Kendrick, but I think it was just a guy with like, it's not a noose, but I think his head is like wrapped up in rope or something like that, and that shit's on fire. Uh, Absolutely cool. The whole thing, the like Catholic Pope imagery or whatever with the whole like Last Supper deal going on. It's cool, and then like, the old iconic line, just that great poupon that AV on that TED talk. But also, you know what also we got out of that? We got Serb sandwiches and Serb sandwiches, and I was Serb sandwiches and Serb sandwiches. We got that out of that too. So the lead up was honestly amazing, like real good. It was just one of those things where like he was like, "Yo, April the 7th, like, like," and this is coming out of like To Pimp a Butterfly and like the Control verse and all that. So like yet again, as a fan at least, I was like, "Oh, he's laying his whole dick on the table again." Like, motherfuckers better get ready, and that shit didn't drop, and I was like, "Yo, we looking kind of silly out here right now, my boy. you didn't drop. Again, thank God we had the Gorillas to listen to. That they was on. The album also went hard. But yeah, man, I I cried on it at the end. At the end of that what you call it? At the end of that album.
If you enjoyed this little rant, watch and subscribe and check out my other videos. See you next time.